Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Now in this video I'm going to show you how I achieve this look. This has been done with fondant and royal icing, and I'll show you how I made the ruffles first, and then we'll go on to look at how I make those royal iced flowers. So I've taken the same fondant that I've used to cover my cake, and I'm putting this on a really spongy foam mat because the sponge allows this to kind of achieve more movement as I'm rolling out those edges and using the rolling pin to soften the edge, and you get a real ruffled look. It's just the bounce from the foam mat that lets you get a really soft look. So I'm not being overly careful with this, but I'm just rolling those pieces out and softening the edges in different shapes and sizes, and then I'm going to add this to my cake that has already been iced. Now you need a good quality fondant for this that isn't too soft. If you do find the fondant you're using is a little bit soft, then I advise mixing in 50-50 CMC or Tylose powder. You can also do a 50-50 mix or a 1-to-1 ratio with a sugar florist paste or gum paste. This will stiffen up that fondant and make it a little bit easier to work with. And then I'm just adding these pieces randomly over the tiered cake with water. And you'll see some pieces will fall down a little bit. I just go in with a knife or scissors and cut those off. Now I will flip the camera around in a second. I'm sorry if this is a little bit off-putting in how I filmed it. Originally, I was switching between filming shorts and filming long-form YouTube videos, and I missed out this section by accident in the long form, but I wanted to add it because I know this bit's crucial for you guys to understand how I initially added the ruffles to the cake. So I have all three tiers covered in ruffles, and now I'm ready to go in and make the royal icing. So I've made a basic royal icing recipe and I've dyed this a sage green. The reason I'm using royal icing over buttercream is because it felt like it made more sense. It would dry firmer, and I'm putting it on a iced cake rather than a buttercream cake. So I wet a clean tea towel and I'll put this over my bowl so that my icing doesn't dry out. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of the icing that I want to use and some various paint brushes as well, because I wanted to try out two techniques using palette knives but also using some paint brushes as well, just to see if I could get the look that I'm going for. And I've also just got a little bit of water because I might need to soften that royal icing a bit. I did find sometimes it was a little too thick, a little bit grainy, and I wanted to smooth this out so it did almost look like buttercream. So take a palette board or work surface and do a little bit of practice. And as you can see, I'm literally going side to side with my royal icing in order to collect it onto the very tip of my triangular palette knife. So it's definitely a good idea just to play around with this a bit, and then now that it's built up, I can literally press down from the tip and then drag that royal icing down. So I'll do it again. I'm just going side to side, just using the very edges and then pressing down, and you can start to build that up. And you find also if you press in at an angle and then swipe down and press down and add that pressure, you'll get different patterns for your petals. So it's very quick to pick this skill up. Just mess around, practice a little bit on a workboard, and you'll start to see what works for you and what angles you can achieve and get the look that you're going for. So I've softened my royal icing a little bit more, so it's just has a lighter texture and is a lot softer. And then I'll do a few more on the board before I start to add these details to the cake. Now keep in mind it was a lot harder to do this on the cake because the cake was round and you have the ruffles in the way rather than working on a flat surface. And again, if you just take these petals, you can actually go in side to side and have different patterns rather than layering them over the top of each other. But you can also put them at the side and then build that royal icing up depending on the style of cake or design that you're creating. And I think after quite a bit of practice, I'm pretty happy here. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding this design to the actual cake. So like I expected, adding those first petals onto a round cake were really tricky and my icing was way too thick here. So I did water this down a bit to get it a lot softer. And you'll see here that now that it has been watered down a little bit, it is going to be a lot smoother to add onto the cake. I also played around a little bit with texture, so I kind of would drag the palette knife down on the same area a few times to get this really cool line petal effect. So again, it was just about playing around with it, but I think the most beautiful thing about this cake is it has such an organic look. Now, what's also really cool, if you go in with a flat tooth paintbrush, and you add a little bit of water to the paintbrush, you can also drag that royal icing down and get right into those corners as well. So it allows you to move the royal icing into those areas that you can't really reach with the palette knife. So playing around with this a bit, we got there in the end and I was really happy with the final look. So for the next step, I've gone in and I've dyed my royal icing in a really light pink. And again, I'm going to practice this on my board and I want these petals that have this ruffled look. So I've gone in with a slanted piping tool, and this is by Wilton. It's a 101 piping tool, or piping tip, I should say. And then I'm kind of doing this squiggle pattern down onto my board, side to side, with the thinner part of the tip pointing upwards and the fatter part of the tip placed down on the board, and that is how I achieve this look. And then I'm just putting those next to each other side by side to get this flower effect. Now I did go in at the end with a little bit of cream coloured royal icing in a number 1 round tip, and I added a few little dots into the centre of these flowers so that they had a stamen. But again, this was quite a nice bit, and then in between some of the ruffles I would just do 1 or 2 leaves and not fully finish the flower. And this was the final cake once it was stacked. I was really happy with the final look. I also went in and I added a little bit of brush gold just to some of the edges of those ruffles because it gave it a really lovely antique look and it kind of allowed those ruffles to pop, especially if you're standing a little bit further back and viewing the cake. It would just really add definition to all those ruffles that I've made. So I hope this tutorial has been really helpful for you, and thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. There will be plenty more tutorials to come.